The very first category, if you have to categorize it, you can have a traditional customer service representative or virtual assistant. Now this kind of virtual character is very single channel specific. The second category is what we call as creators owned virtual influencers. Coming to the third category, what we call is brand owned virtual influencers. Now brand owned is when you have a digital AI character that is owned by the brand for the purpose of having an emotional relationship with the consumer.
Welcome to AI Nerd, AI with Attitude. And today I'm joined by Akshat Jain. He is a marketing strategist from Gartner. I think we're going to talk about something pretty cool today. AI-powered virtual influencers or digital humans. Sounds scary, sounds like a Terminator. Akshat, thank you for joining. Where are you joining from and how are you doing today?
Well, I'm joining from New Delhi and I'm on the AI Nerd Show. Never felt any better. So yeah, but on an nerdy note, Thomas, I'm doing well, and of course, thank you for inviting me to this wonderful show and this wonderful channel, and hopefully we'll make it an awesome episode. So, and also I would like to say it's very remarkable and laudable what you are doing, bringing the AI community together and tech enthusiasts. So kudos to you.
Oh, that's very kind. Thank you. And that shameless plug was brought to you by me. So you're in New Delhi. And you work for Gartner, but give us a little backdrop of how it's a great company, you have a great role there. Tell us a little about you and in your role there. And then after that, maybe we'll follow up with kind of get into the weeds a little bit about these digital humans.
So, hello viewers, this is Akshat Jain, and I'm an engineer turned marketer. My interest, skills, and work experience is into tech marketing. Currently, I'm working at Gartner, and among other projects, I'm also leading the execution of industry-wide popular Gartner Magic Quadrants and Hype Cycle webinars. Previously, I have led marketing teams for IT, IoT startups based out of India and Europe, successfully executed market expansion strategies, and further solidified these startups' position as a brand in these global markets. I'm passionate about how emerging technology, cloud, and AI-powered marketing are driving businesses, delivering exponential results and disrupting, almost everything. So. In this new tech world of higher network interference, I keep amplifying my signal to noise higher.
Listen, an AI-powered virtual influencer, define that because I have questions.
Basically, VI is a known term. Now, the buzz started in the last decade. However, in this decade, with the advancement of AI capabilities and metaverse coming into the picture, this whole VI ecosystem is growing at a tremendous pace. Now, by definition, what exactly, the virtual influencers or digital humans or CGI influencers, as they are actually called, these are fictional computer generated imagery or avatars or digital humans who have realistic characteristic features and personality of humans. So they are more of they seem more of lifelike. So this is a digital AI character which has got a life as well as a backstory and a narrative attached to it. But absolutely, I mean, this is something which is being made and designed.
Well, tell us the three segments or the top three things we should know about virtual influencers or digital humans.
The very first category, if you have to categorize it, you can have a traditional customer service representative or virtual assistant. For example, ANZ Bank in Australia, they have a living breathing virtual customer service representative called Jamie. Now this kind of virtual character is very single channel specific. It only answers to banking questions and just acts like a customer service rep. The second category is what we call as creators owned virtual influencers. So something like the famous top virtual influencer in US, which is Lil Michaela. So she has around more than 3 million Instagram followers. Now this is another character with a backstory, which is owned by and developed by a creative agency for the purpose of just making more money. And how they are doing this, they are simply just doing it, increasing the popularity of that character on the digital medium. This character is launching music in online world, and doing brand endorsement deals. So this is quite interesting. And the good point is that just last year, this this virtual influencer, made more than $11 million just by signing uh, brand through deals with like worldwide tech, fashion titans like Calvin Klein, Prada, and whatnot. Coming to the third category, what we call is brand owned virtual influencers. Now, brand owned is when you have a digital AI character that is owned by the brand for the purpose of having an emotional relationship with the consumer. So this the consumer knows that this is a character which is owned by a brand, but again, this also character is also has got a life and a narrative and a life story attached to it. And of course, this is something which is very much made of like a character which is in a movie or a television. To give you an example, we have word called Colonel Sanders from KFC. So KFC, the brand KFC, Kentucky Fried Chicken, they brought their iconic Colonel Sanders and launched it as a CGI influencer back in 2019. And they ran, this virtual influencer took over the KFC's accounts on social media, and they ran multiple campaigns for at least around 2 weeks. And the results that they generated were quite fascinating. Mr. Colonel Sanders was able to generate over $151 million earned impressions, and that is not bad for something who doesn't exist. So this is the incredible power of virtual influencers, and it is, I think, very much real.
Who's creating them? Because I'm gonna tell you right now, AI nerd needs one. I want one.
Absolutely. You should have one. What we call is you should have your own digital twin or an AI twin. So basically, there is a all complete team around it. It is being created by creators who are like graphic designers, motion graphic designers, plus marketing experts and AI technicians behind it, computer scientists who are developing the complete 3D model of that virtual influencer, plus also putting into AI capabilities like speech to text recognition, text to speech recognition, implementing natural language processing, and all other AI capabilities into that virtual influencer. So yeah.
What do you think is the boundary though when deep fake meets the digital human, or the transfer of what would be perceived as a consciousness? So like, do you see the problems that could be arising from that? From this digital person that has real human qualities, it looks like an influencer of a real person, mimics their behavior. At what line do you think the person's brand versus the digital outcome, and as it gets smarter, where does that line get drawn? Or what do you think, or talk about me some of the challenges around it?
I get your point. Like, there are challenges around virtual influencers when it comes to authenticity, right? How do people decide if it's real or if it's virtual? Or so I think this is something which will take place at certain levels and with certain segments of the consumers. And but as of now, there are no direct laws against any virtual influencers, or but then there are legal issues when it comes to brands who are willing to adopt virtual influencers, such as like rights of owning a virtual influencer. So if there is a question of ownership, then there is a question of accountability and traceability in terms of their online behavior. So this line is still not very clear in this domain. It's currently developing as more and more people are jumping into that space. But I'm sure there are currently very great examples who are using this technology in the right way with the right messaging. The example that I just gave about KFC, they were pretty clear from the very start what they are trying to do, what is their messaging. So people were aware that this character is not real. It's a CGI influencer character, but still they were able to relate to that character, and that is what is quite fascinating. And this is especially very much popular with the younger generation of like millennials and the Gen Z population who are very much excited about this new concept, because it's like combining the gaming industry with the storytelling in a very appealing way.
Fascinating topic. Do you think we're in the Matrix?
Not exactly, but yeah, we were. Oh, that's great.
You sure we're
uh,
not in the Matrix?
Now I have to yeah, I think we are going to be in the matrix very soon with the landscape which is quite of evolving right now. So yes, there is a very much possibility, but I think there will be good forces who will maintain that perfect balance between what's real, what's not. And yeah, oh great.
Oh, you are
Can I do this on my end?
You are. Tom's gone. AI nerd's gone. You are now with an AI nerd. If I was faster, I could have gotten that off there faster. Anyway, what is the one thing in New Delhi you should always do, and one thing you should never do?
I think there are so many wonderful places to visit in New Delhi. So I think explore all the beautiful places around New Delhi. That's one thing. Yeah, to be on a like it's a very simple answer, but yeah. The other one, if I'm not able to get into the sarcastic mode, but what you shouldn't do, I think that's tough. So yeah, New Delhi doesn't go well during nights. So I think yeah, just avoid night outings in New Delhi.
I would have accepted if you're from the West, don't eat the street food. Though delicious, it's going to ruin your day. That would have been fine. That I've seen that play out for Friends. Iron Man versus Captain America. Who wins?
Iron Man.
Arm wrestling match. An arm wrestling match.
Oh, but I'm going to be with Iron Man. I love him 3000. So, yeah.
If you had your own digital human avatar, if you will, what would you do different versus your human self? How would that avatar, what would be like the main characteristics? What would people be drawn to it?
Yeah, first of all, I would like to be my avatar matching with my personality. But yeah, I would like to incorporate it with more positive aspects of the personality and avoid the negative things, confusion, and all those things. But with that avatar, I think I will be able to resolve, solve the issue of scalability. Now, I can only do limited number of work or in a particular day. But with my avatar, I can have more control. I will give more control to my avatar to be present at multiple places, to give interviews like this to different audiences at once. So that is something I would love to do and explore with my avatar.
I'm gonna leave you with a final thought, right? And so we should leave with a final thought, which is what is like the one starting point people should read? And it can be an article from Gartner, it could be a book, to get their head around this, virtualized influencer digital human. Where's the starting point?
I think people who are already in the AI space, they know the term about this. It's it's doing the rounds in the industry. But I think it's more importantly how brand, I would recommend brand strategists and marketing leaders to start taking actions in this space, and by analyzing the different case studies that are available in the market, the success stories in different industry verticals, and how they can replicate in their own industry or in their own company. That will be great. So I think these are the materials which are very much available in the open internet. So one should go and explore. I mean, KFC is a good example, and there are many more others like KFC. So again, in my mind, they should explore more and replicate the success story.
So shameless plug for you time. How should people get a hold of you to learn more or to hire you and pay you twice as much as you currently make?
Artificial intelligence is a science and marketing is an art. And I'm an artist uniting with the scientist. So if you have any interesting marketing AI project or an idea or an offer that we can potentially collaborate on, then please do not hesitate to reach out to me. And I go by the username @theGentleJan on social media platforms, LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and whatnot. So let's connect, discuss, and collaborate. And I wish you sunshine on your path.
All the answers today, that was the best one. I mean, you've had some good answers, but that one, the shameless plug, you nailed. I love it. I like you. Hey, thank you so much for joining the AI Nerd, AI with Attitude YouTube channel today. Thank you so much.
Well, absolutely love the conversations today, Thomas. And that was a lot of fun. And to all the viewers, thank you for listening and thank you for watching. And just be, be tech savvy as well, and more importantly, stay healthy and stay happy. And cheers, Thomas. And I would love to come back to this show with another different AI marketing topic. And until then, hasta la vista.
Kush rahiye to you. Okay.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Whoa. Cheers. I hope you learned something today. Please subscribe and follow us on our social media pages.